Images that surf through one's state of mind. In college football, the state that could gain the most, Florida. The mindset, a national championship. To ride the wave to the top, you must first wade through the swamp. Where today, the high-scoring Gators will attempt to silence the cry of War Eagle. Go Auburn, a team that hasn't known a loss in 2 years. Images of the legacy of Bowden, Spurrier, and hopes of a possible return to Heisman glory with quarterback Terry Dean. Images of a 17-game win streak. Images of 2 undefeated teams, number 1 and number 6. Today, we'll find out which team will transcend the image and rise to reality. ABC Sports welcomes you to CFA College Football. We're in Gainesville, Florida, where the unbeaten Florida Gators will take on the Auburn Tigers in a Southeastern Conference showdown. The weather is ideal for football. Temperature at 65 degrees. A slight breeze out of the northeast. Folks, it's a very good day to hit somebody. We'll be right back. They have been magnificent in this setting. Since Steve Spurrier became coach, only the Seminoles of Florida State have broken through here in the swamp. Now they are matched against a team that has not been beaten in 2 years. A 17-game win streak, the longest in college football. It is Bobby Bowden's son, Terry Bowden, and the unbeaten Auburn Tigers. Now, the Eastern Division, since the SEC is broken into 2 divisions, shows Florida at the top and apparently headed back to the SEC championship game in Atlanta the first Saturday in December. Now, keep in mind that Auburn is not eligible for the SEC title. This is their last year of NCAA probation. Right now, Alabama's in the driver's seat. Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. I'm Brett Musburger. Like you, on Monday when I picked up the paper, I was somewhat shocked to read that Florida was a 16-point favorite over unbeaten Auburn. Then you come down here to Gainesville and you start to take a look at the Gators. And you see all the speed that Spurrier has out there and the quickness that they can move up and down the field. And you realize that this is a very tough assignment today here for Auburn. Making it even more difficult is the field, the swamp. My colleague, Dick Vermeil, went down to the floor of the swamp. And he'll tell us why the Gators have such a huge edge. Dick?
Hey, Brent, there's no question this is a tough place to play. Spurrier's teams have only lost 1 game in this stadium, but it has nothing to do with swamp and Gators and everything to do with talented athletes that are very well coached, a sophisticated passing game, and a defense that is now number 1 in the country. The other problem is, though, crowd noise. And in talking with the Auburn staff last night, Coach Bowden says they have eliminated all audibles and checks from their game plan. They will call everything in the huddle, come out, line up, and go. And when they go, they plan to run the football and eat up the clock.
Terry Bowden on the left. Steve Spurrier on the right.
3rd and 11 at the 31. Will Nix run out of the shotgun? Yes, he will. Wideouts left and right. Florida with 5 men up at the front line. There's the deep snap to Nix. Fires over the middle. A pass is caught on a beautiful catch for a first down up at the 48-yard line by Thomas Bailey. Diving grab for 17 yards and an Auburn first down, the first by either team in the ball game. Well-thrown ball by Nix, and Bailey had to dive and extend fully in order to haul that one in. Good play.
A square in route over the middle. Thomas Bailey was covered by 2 of the Gators. It was number 3, who is Lawrence Wright, or Larry Kennedy rather, and also Ben Hanks, number 11.
2nd down and close to 12 at the Auburn 46. Nix will operate from the shotgun. There's the deep snap. Nix sets up, pumps it over the middle, tight end got it. Fuller, 45-40, Fuller to the 35, Fuller to the 34-yard line. Andy Fuller was wide open over the middle, and Nix spotted him. Gilmore and Kennedy had to make the tackle, but that's an Auburn gain of 20 yards and a first down.
Well, nobody home for the Gators in the middle. Their two inside linebackers both went to the curl zone. Andy Fuller just went to the middle of the field right over the 50-yard line, took a nice short pass from Patrick Nix, turned and ran straight downfield. So an excellent pass and catch by Andy Fuller and Patrick Nix. Keep in mind that Florida is only 13-7 under Steve Spurrier if the other team scores first. So an Auburn score here would really be a big plus for the Tigers.
Bailey to the right. Willie Gaucher comes to the left, the wide side of the field. Nix out of the shotgun. Is going to fake the inside handoff, roll to his right, and throw in the end zone for Bailey. Bailey, did he get it? He got it! Touchdown, Auburn! 32-yard pass play. Nix to Bailey. He was in double coverage. Hanks and Kennedy all over him, but he came down with a football. Auburn's on the scoreboard at 10:38 in the first period. Thomas Bailey, a sensational catch, and Auburn's got the lead.
Patrick Nix just fakes the ball on a nice play-action fake out of the shotgun formation to Stephen Davis going back on a crossbuck, sees Thomas Bailey going deep, and for some reason they tried to cover Thomas Bailey with a linebacker, Ben Hanks. One-on-one, he couldn't get there. Great catch by Thomas Bailey.
And the Auburn offense really on fire. Here's the try for the point after touchdown. The snap to Sullivan, the spot, the kick by Hawkins is good, and Auburn leads it 7-0. The Tigers moving 69 yards. Two wideouts to the left and two more to the right side. One setback is Fred Taylor. Auburn with a 4-3. Here's a bobble snap, loose football. Auburn may have it. I think Auburn's recovered the fumble. Yes, Auburn's got it. Auburn has recovered a Florida fumble inside the 20. The Tigers with the lead, and they fumble. They exchange, and Auburn falls on it. Gary Walker got the loose ball.
Well, the center is David Swain, and he's a senior, and Terry Dean is a redshirt senior at quarterback, so you've got two very experienced players at those positions, but it looked like Terry Dean was trying to get back to pass, and it looked like David Swain, the center, was trying to get up to block, and the ball just lay flat on the ground, and again, was it Mike Pelton?
It was Gary Walker. Boy, how big would another score here be? From the Florida 19. Florida in the 4-3. The deep snap to Nix out of the shotgun. Takes a deep drop over the middle. Wide open tight end 15. He's at the 10. Fuller dives down to the 8-yard line. That'll be another Auburn first down. This will be a 19-yard try for Hawkins. The snap, the spot, kick away, kick, good. And Auburn is ahead of the favored Florida Gators 10-0 with 8:42 still to play in the opening period. First down play for Terry Dean. Let's call it the Auburn 42. Tigers have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men up at the line of scrimmage. Fred Smith faking a blitz. One setback for Florida. Dean wants to pass. He's going down the middle. Jackson's got the step. He'll take it for a touchdown. Jackson hauling it in, beat the defender, and was wide open at the 5-yard line. A 42-yard pass play for the score.
Well, that's just how quickly that the Florida offense can score, and the man who normally catches those long balls is number 1, Jack Jackson. The 9th touchdown reception for Jack Jackson on the year. He's the Southeastern Conference's leading receiver, and he's 10th in the nation with 5.8 receptions per game, but a lot of those go for touchdowns.
Goodson goes right, Sanders left. Out of the eye, fake the toss, Nix, roll right, set up, throw, pass. It is caught by the tight end. A great catch at the 40-yard line. Andy Fuller took the ball away from Ben Hanks, and what a collision they had. Good for 10 yards and close to another first down. It is a first down where they spot the ball, nose end at the 40. Hanks and Freeman on the tackle, but that was a mismatch as big Andy Fuller, the tight end from Huntsville, Alabama, at 250 pounds, went up and just jarred Ben Hanks and stole the ball away.
Well, all three tight ends for Auburn only had 6 receptions coming into the ball game on the season, but Auburn has really gone to Andy Fuller. He's got 3 receptions. He only came into the game with 2 personally. He's got 3 receptions today for Auburn, and they've all been huge receptions.
Bailey left, Sanders right, out of the shotgun. Here is a give up the middle, a shovel pass to Davis, and he's out to the 50-yard line. Is it Robique? Snapping directly to Stephen Davis.
Exactly what happened. Shannon Robique was set up to snap the ball to Patrick Nix in the shotgun formation. Stephen Davis lined up on his left. Instead, Shannon Robique snapped the ball directly to Stephen Davis, who took off between the center guard gap. Nobody there. Surprised the Florida defense, surprised the Auburn announcers.
It certainly did. I was totally lost. I admit it. That got 11 yards to the Gator 49. Florida showing a 4-2 defense. There's a deep snap in the shotgun to Nix, and he drops it over the middle to Andy Fuller, the tight end, at midfield at the 45 to the Gator 40, and close to a first down at the 39. Michael Gilmore on the tackle for Florida, but that'll be very close to a 1st and 10 as Auburn needed 17 yards, and that's about what they got.
And Jim, Florida takes the gamble this time. They go with the blitz. Their 2 inside backers, James Bates 44, Dexter Daniels 48, go in. That time Auburn has the perfect play called against the perfect defense, a delay to the tight end over the middle, and boys, Andy Fuller having a big first half.
Wideouts left and right. Ball at the left hash mark on a 1st and 15. Nix back to throw, fires, pass is caught by Sanders down at the Gator 20, and he fights ahead of the 19. Button hook pattern by Frank Sanders, good for 12 yards. Hawkins is 1 out of 2. He missed a 44-yarder earlier. He's got another 44-yard attempt this time. Wind at his back, Sullivan to hold. He's got the leg strength for it. The ball at the left hash mark, angle back to the near side. There's a kick, plenty long this time, plenty high. That kick is good. So Hawkins found the sweet spot on that ball and drilled it high and long, and Auburn has boosted its lead to 13-7. 2nd and 9 near the Auburn 24. One running back for Dean. Dean wanting to throw, hit as he got it away. He fires, pass is intercepted at the goal line, and stepping out of bounds at the Auburn 1 is Brian Robinson. He cut in front of Jack Jackson. Auburn will be pinned deep, but they've got the ball. Gary Walker belting Dean just as he got the pass away.
And Brian Robinson just baited the quarterback that time for Florida. Terry Dean running a deep corner. And again, remember, Florida loves that corner route. They love to throw it in the end zone to Jack Jackson. And Brian Robinson right on top of him. He cuts in front of Jack Jackson and makes the unbelievable play to outrun the fastest player on the Florida team to the football.
Under center is Dean. He takes it and backpedals to throw. Dean is hit. He'll be muscled down outside the 20-yard line by Gary Walker, who slipped through a block and hit Terry Dean at the 21. Big defensive play by the senior from Livonia, Georgia. Loss of 8 on the play for the Gators.
Nobody on the Auburn team's playing any better football than Mike Pelton and Gary Walker. Gary Walker came into the game leading Auburn with 5 sacks. That's another sack for him. Terry Dean had nowhere to go.
3 wide receivers, Auburn in the 4-3. Motion by Jack Jackson. They're going to give it to Jackson. Jackson turns it inside. He'll score. On the end around or the flanker reverse, Jackson cut it inside, had a big hole, and darted into the end zone, and the Gators have tied it up.
Gary Walker, the defensive tackle on that right side, had a chance. He broke through the line of scrimmage, had a chance at Jack Jackson. It was just one of those plays where you didn't expect the motion man to actually get the football, and he was so quick on Gary Walker that he didn't know to make the tackle. But he had an opportunity to make the tackle in the backfield. Florida made a nice play call on that.
Florida has not led in this game, but they're about to, as Davis is prepared to kick. Edge holding, kick away, kick good. Florida 14, Auburn 13. Hill and Doring to the far side in a wideout formation. Motion by the wideout. Back to throw is Dean. Dean's going to arch one out long down the middle of the field. It's intercepted by Robinson at the 30 and over the shoulder catch. Robinson's going to bring it back upfield, 35. He'll dart out of bounds, crossing the 40 at the 43-yard line.
A strange decision by Terry Dean, because you know that Steve Spurrier is an impatient offensive coach. He's got a 1-point lead. He's got the ball on the 22-yard line. So what does he do on first down? He goes for broke. Jack Jackson's running down the right hash mark. Well, for some reason, Terry Dean throws the ball back to the center of the field. I don't know exactly where he was throwing the ball, but Brian Robinson makes an unbelievable over the shoulder catch as if he was the receiver, then catches some nice blocks and sets Auburn up on their own 43-yard line. A great opportunity for the Auburn offense.
Robinson looked like Willie Mays in the 54 World Series with that over-the-shoulder catch.
Auburn on the Florida 28-yard line. You have to look at this as 2 downs to make the yard. Auburn may go to the play-action pass on third down, but they've got third down and fourth to make just a half a yard.
You'd have to consider this the red zone for sure. Nix, wideouts, left and right. I set. They're going to run the end-around reverse to Sanders. Sanders with blockers ahead of him. Turns it upfield at the 25 to the 20 to the 15 to the 10. He's going to score. Touchdown! Auburn! 28 yards on the end-around reverse. A beautiful call by the Auburn staff, and Sanders, once he took that ball, had a cordon of blockers, and all he had to do was sprint to the end zone.
Well, I don't know who made that call, whether it was Tommy Bowden or Terry Bowden or maybe Bobby Bowden, but that was definitely a Bowden call. Auburn looks like they may go for two, Jim. Remember, Auburn trailed before the touchdown 13-14, so they'll try to pick that point back up with a two-point conversion. Unbelievable play call, and Frank Sanders found the soft spot after he got the reverse. Scored on a 9-yard reverse against Florida last year.
Second down and about 2.5 to go, and Florida going without a huddle and no running backs. They've got 5 wide receivers. Dean's going to unload. Pass intercepted. Chris Schelling at the Auburn 40. Schelling to the 45. Down the far side across the Florida 45 to the 40. Down the sidelines to the 30. Stepping out of bounds with a face mask call at the Gator 27-yard line. How about that one? Yet another Florida turnover. And Steve Spurrier has thrown his visor again.
Well, Spurrier trying to go into the strength of what Auburn's doing defensively. Auburn dropping back 6 defensive backs, but Spurrier sending out 5 receivers. Here's the call.
15-yard face mask against the defensive team. It'll be 15 yards.
And Chris Schelling just sitting back in the secondary reading Terry Dean's eyes. Terry Dean throws it to the right side trying to go on the corner route to Aubrey Hill. When Chris Schelling makes the interception, Jack Jackson has a chance to tackle him, but misses the tackle. And then Schelling gets a bunch of yardage down that left sideline. And then right at the end of the run, one of the Gators face masked the defensive back on the interception. So Auburn set up now with great field position inside the Florida 15 on the 14.
Ball at the left hash mark. Sullivan spots it down. There's a kick away by Hawkins. Kick is good. It'll be Auburn 22, Gators 14 to close out the first half of play. Wideouts left and right. Take the inside handoff to Davis and fire over the middle. Pass is caught by the tight end for a first down at the 45, and driving on to the 49 close to midfield is big Andy Fuller for an 18-yard gain. What a game Fuller has had. Hanks and Wright, who've had their hands full trying to stop the big guy from Huntsville. They've had their hands full all afternoon with Andy Fuller. Call it the 41 for Dean. Will he throw? He'll play fake, and he wants to air one out over the middle. Pass is intercepted by Auburn's Fred Smith. Intercepted by Smith at the 44, and he falls ahead of the 47-yard line. Cut in front of Doring. That's the third interception by that Auburn secondary today. Or is it 4?
No, it's the third. It's the fourth interception. Fourth interception and the 5th turnover by the Florida offense. Now Auburn's got the ball at its own 47-yard line. Now Auburn needs to capitalize on these turnovers. The defense has given the ball to Auburn 5 times now. Auburn on 4 opportunities only scored twice.
Third down and a half a yard. Nix under center from the eye. There's the toss sweep to Davis. He's got a first down and over to the 40. Down this near side of the 35. Davis still running inside the 30. Drives ahead to the 26-yard line and steps out of bounds. Lawrence Wright on the Gator tackle. That's a gain of 18. And Auburn moves to the Florida 26. All right, here's Werfel with the double wing. Werfel to throw again. Rolling to his right, setting up, throwing in the end zone. Got a man wide open. He's got it, but was... Oh, they gave him a touchdown. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. He was out of the end zone. Anthony caught it, but he appeared to be out of the end zone. Oh, I got to wonder about that one.
He sure looked like he was out of the end zone. Now Steve Spurrier was down by 8 points. They've just scored 6, so they're down by 2. So it looks like he's trying to talk to his quarterback about going for 2.
Wow. I've got to really wonder about that call. Looked like he was out of the end zone. Looked like his momentum definitely carried him out of the end zone. Florida with a 5-man front. Auburn in the I set. It's going to be Davis up the middle with room. 15. Davis to the 20. Davis to the 25 down the near sideline. 30, 35, 40. Davis across the 40 to the 43 and out of bounds. Anthony Lott chased him down. Stephen Davis for 33 big yards.
What an explosion by Stephen Davis. If you think the big man can't run, you check this play out. Auburn deep in their own territory, Florida with all the momentum on their own 10-yard line. It's nothing more than just a tailback power play. The fullback is Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier makes a little block, but there's nobody on that left side, and then Frank Sanders comes in and makes the key block that screens Stephen Davis.
Davis over the 100-yard mark, 110 unofficially. Second down, a gain of 3, 7 to go. Werfel wants to pass. He's chased. He's hit. He's dropped. Sacking him back at the 22-yard line are Pelton and Daffin. Bobby Daffin playing a backup role at the left defensive end spot, and the red shirt from Pritchard with help from Mike Pelton. Making the sack on Danny Werfel, and Florida's in a long yardage situation back at the 23. One setback is Taylor. Werfel looking to throw, has time. Wide open out in the flat at the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Will he score? Yes, touchdown for Hilliard. He was absolutely wide open in that play, covering 17 yards.
Just a delay route. Hilliard started on the right side, and somehow he just got completely lost in the Auburn coverage. Nobody there at all. When he caught the ball on this near hash mark, there wasn't anybody around.
In the eye, ends are split away. Nix will toss sweep to Davis. They'll run to the short side. He'll cut it back inside, get a first down and more. Davis still running to the 45, to the 50, dragging tacklers with him. Wow! Inside the Gator, the midfield stripe to the Gator 46-yard line. Stephen Davis for a 14-yard run. That's one of the toughest efforts we've seen in a long time. Finally, Weary from the secondary was able to get him down along with other Gators, and Davis a little bit shaken as he gets up, but he's going to stay in the ball game.
An unbelievable
effort, Charlie.
Just an unbelievable effort. Stephen Davis just would not go down. I think by the time he went down, at least 7 or 8 Gators were on top of him.
Montgomery's the tight end. Lining up on the right. Both ends are split away. Here's the play fake by Nix out of the shotgun. He throws. That pass is caught for a first down to the Florida 31 by Thomas Bailey. A bullet by Patrick Nix right into Bailey's breadbasket, and Lott covering on the play, but it's enough for a 1st and 10, and Auburn's got a new life. At the Gator 31, 1st and 10 to go. So here's a big third down play. Needing 9 yards at the Gator 30-yard line. Bailey goes left, and Sanders in with a play, possibly from the bench, is out on the right flank. Noise level is deafening. Inside of 9 minutes in the ball game. Out of the shotgun. Nix in trouble, throws over the middle, wide open, tight end, 25. Breaking a tackle is Fuller at the 20 to the 15. He's down the far side to the 10 to the 5. He's going to go. He is in. Touchdown! Auburn! 30 yards as he broke the tackle of Anton Lott out at the 25-yard line. Down that far sideline, that big hoss just rambled for 30 yards, and Auburn's back on top.
Well, the Gators blitzed, and the Gators got burned. They sent both inside linebackers. They also sent their outside linebacker. Nobody at home. What a call by Auburn. They set up, again, the middle pass to the tight end, Andy Fuller, who's been bigger in this game than any game in his career. And then not only does he catch the pass, get the first down, but he breaks the tackle and goes all the way to the zone.
And for the second time in the game, Auburn has fought back to take the lead. Hawkins' kick, away and good. Auburn's lead is 3, 29-26. What a thriller we've got here in Gainesville today. Werfel at the keyboard. Taylor's the tailback. They're in the eye. Werfel going to set up to throw, and he's got plenty of time. Now it breaks down, and they sack him. Back at the 45, Willie Whitehead came crashing through. Werfel losing yardage. Back to the Gator 45. Loss of about 8. A big sack by Whitehead. 2nd and 16 for Werfel at his 46. He's going to play fake to Taylor. He'll set up, and he'll throw downfield. It is caught by Jackson on a brilliant over-the-shoulder catch down near the Auburn sideline. Great catch by Jack Jackson, and hurtling out of bounds trying to stop the play was Chris Schelling, and he is not getting up. That's a beautiful, beautiful catch by Jackson to the Auburn 30-yard line. That's good for 24.
Looks like Chris Schelling got tangled up over there, and he's holding his left leg. He's up on his feet, but he's not going to be in for this play, and that's a big offensive play for Florida.
They've got 4 wideouts, 3 to the left, and Werfel will throw. He has time, and he's going for broke, and Jackson's wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. And Chris Schelling is appealing that he was interfered with.
No, he's upset with Brian Robinson because Brian Robinson had deep coverage, the deep half, And it looked like Auburn sent maybe Brian Robinson on a blitz. I'll have to check that. It may have been a linebacker blitz, but somebody blitzed from that side, and it left Chris Schelling by himself. But I think Chris Schelling had short coverage, and he was thinking Brian Robinson was going to be deep. There was a missed assignment somewhere on that play. Jack Jackson would not have been that open.
28 yards for the score. And the Gators are back on top with 5:51 to play, leading 32-29. Wideouts left and right. Nix to throw. Nix over the middle. Sanders wide open, 35. Sanders the 40. 45-yard line for Sanders and a first down. As he tried to cut back to the outside, he had his feet swept out from under him by Kedra Malone. Fred Weary it was. So a gain of 15 and a first down up to the 45-yard line.
1 minute 43 seconds in running.
All right, the Gators with a third down, needing about 15 yards from their 29. The I set, slot left, one wide out to the right. Werfel's going to have time to throw, and he'll go long down the middle of the field. It's going to be Brian Robinson making the interception at the 35, breaking a tackle at the 40, and stepping out of bounds at the Auburn 45-yard line. Werfel throwing it down the middle of the field. Apparently a busted play for Florida, and Robinson has his third interception of the afternoon with 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock. Auburn's got one more shot in their gun.
1 minute and 20 seconds to go, and Brian Robinson gets his third interception of the ball game. What an unbelievable game that the Fort Lauderdale Floridian has had today, intercepting both Terry Dean and Danny Werfel. Now Auburn's got a chance to win this ball game. It's going to take a touchdown. They cannot do it with a field goal.
All right, here are the Tigers up to the line of scrimmage. 3 wideouts to the right. From the shotgun formation, Pat Nix going to step up in the pocket, throw. Sanders has it. Sanders cuts inside to the 42-yard line. That'll be an Auburn first down and should stop the clock after a gain of about 12 or 13.
Let's see what Auburn does. You're in a situation with enough time left. The Colorado situation is not like this one for Auburn against Michigan when they threw the ball, the Hail Mary pass. They only had about 3 seconds to go. Here, Auburn's got time, 51 seconds to go. They just need to convert this fourth down.
Got to have 10 yards. The first down stake at the Gator 32 with 51 seconds left. And the crowd rising in response to the urgings of the Gators, making a lot of noise. Here's your ball game. From the shotgun with 4 wideouts, Nix to throw. Looking, firing, pass, caught by Bailey inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and Auburn's still alive. Thomas Bailey catching the pass. Good for the first down and more.
And now Auburn's got plenty of time, 43 seconds remaining, but they can't waste time. And Thomas Bailey did get out of bounds. Hamrick was trying to throw him back inbounds with Anthony Lott. But Auburn, what a masterful call and execution of the play by the Auburn Tigers on 4th down and 10.
We're down to 43 seconds. Keep in mind, Auburn no timeouts. From the 28, that play covering 14 yards. Nix throwing again out of the shotgun. Looking deep, firing, pass caught at the Florida 8-yard line by Willie Gaucher. Gaucher hauling that one in. He was open inside the 10, and he stepped out of bounds at the 8. That's good for 20 yards. Auburn will be first and goal at the Florida 8-yard line with 36 seconds to go.
Florida dropping back in a what would be a just prevent defense. Anthony Lott going deep, and Ben Hanks coming over, and what a catch over on the sidelines.
Nix again with 36 seconds left. Ball at the left hash mark. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Florida's got the big rush on Nix. He floats one in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown Auburn! Sanders caught it. Touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Auburn! Frank Sanders from Nix. Auburn's ahead. Auburn's ahead. Touchdown of 8 yards. Nix to Sanders. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Auburn has done it again. An unbelievable comeback with 30 seconds to go. They're up 35-33. They've caught lightning in a bottle. 30 seconds left. Touchdown, Nix to Sanders. We all remember that famous combination from last year. And Auburn, unbelievably, off another interception, has scored a touchdown with no timeouts left, and they've gone ahead of Florida by 2. 30 seconds to go. Sullivan holding for Hawkins, who kicked it up and good. It's a 3-point Auburn lead.
Well, I said Frank Sanders was going to get another opportunity, Jim. Frank Sanders drops the football. What would have been a sure first down for Auburn, 3rd down and 10 to go inside Florida's 45-yard line. On 4th down, Auburn comes back, and Pat Nix throws a beautiful rope on the sideline to Thomas Bailey, and then with 8 yards to go for the touchdown, Frank Sanders goes up and out jumps the Florida defense for the score. It was Michael Gilmore who went up with it.
And that was a mismatch because Sanders, when he goes up in a crowd, he'll usually come down with the ball. Lott was also there covering on the play, but Sanders beat both of them to the ball. And Nix to Sanders again has given Auburn the lead with 30 seconds to go. Now keep in mind, that's about 5 or 6 plays, and Werfel has been very effective moving that football. 27 seconds to go. Boy, if Auburn can steal one here, wouldn't that be unbelievable? Dwayne Mobley is in the backfield behind Danny Werfel. 36 Auburn, 33 Florida. Auburn with a 4-man front. Werfel's wanting to throw. He rolls to his right, sets up. He is hit. He's dragged down from behind, back along the 1 or 2. With 21 seconds to go, Werfel calling time. Big loss on the play. Etheridge or Walker, one or the other got him.
I think it was Alonzo Etheridge that may have gotten that. May have been, we'll see, we'll check who got the sack, but that's a big play because it puts Florida in a situation where they have to call timeout. Now, when he throws the football, he's got to throw the ball out of his own end zone.
I still don't feel safe, I'll tell you that. 36-33 with 13 seconds left. Florida's got 1 running back. They've got 3 wideouts right, 1 to the left, and Werfel will pass out of the end zone. He's running around, throwing, got a tackle up at the 10. One of the linemen, and that's an ineligible receiver. He's coming out across the 20 and spilled at the 23-24. Werfel threw it to Anthony Ingracia, or was it Jeff Mitchell?
Jeff Mitchell, he's a guard.
He's a lineman, and he's not eligible. That may be an Auburn safety. I don't know. They've got a flag down in the end zone and 1 out at the 10 where he caught the ball.
There should be an intentional grounding call. That should be a safety. If it's an intentional grounding call in the end zone, very well may be a safety, and I think it is.
If so, ladies and gentlemen, the streak is alive and well.
Can you say 18-0?
Illegal receiver, be 5 yards. Replay the down.
Well, no safety. They say that just a penalty of 5 yards with 2 seconds to go.
Well, it'll give Florida another shot, so you cannot say 18-0.
No.
Cannot say it yet.
Let us not speak prematurely. Now, Florida has Eric Kresser, a backup quarterback over on the far flank. He's a sophomore out of Palm Beach, so look for some trickery here. Werfel's going to throw it to Kresser, who's in the end zone. Kresser's going to unload down this near side, and that pass is incomplete, and it's over. He was throwing to Ike Hilliard at the 45-yard line. Pass is incomplete. Ball game is over. I have seen it, but I do not believe it. Yes, the streak is alive. As Charlie would say, can you say 18-0? Auburn 36, Gators 33. Number 1 has fallen by the wayside. Another miracle by these cardiac kids, the Auburn Tigers, who have come to the toughest place in America to play football. And they've won a game which they were favored or expected to lose by some 17 points. Nobody gave them a prayer. I thought they were hopelessly out of it. But again, an opportunistic defense capitalizing. I should say opportunistic offense capitalizing on a defense that generated turnover after turnover, and Auburn gets out of here with a miracle victory, 36-33. My hair is in serious jeopardy, friends. Auburn football continues in a moment.
Steve, that's got to be a tough one.
Well, it was a tough one. They made one more play than we did. We sort of messed it up when we had the lead, and they made a 4th and 10. When they made that, I knew it. When they made that 4th and 10, I knew we might be in a little trouble because that was the big play of the game.
Well, the interceptions in the first half, they didn't help either.
Well, I made some bad calls on those, yeah.
Well, you know, these guys are going to find a way to win. I don't think they're going to be about doubt now. If that's the number 1 team in the country, I think everybody knows who the number 1 team in the country is now.
Go celebrate with your team.
Let's go do it.
And all the talk about Terry Dean, how about Patrick Nix? 28 of 51, 319 yards, a career high, and 3 touchdowns. And most important, he led them back time and time again.
All right, Terry Bowden, your defense has lived by the big play all year. You had to step it up against Florida. You did that, 5 interceptions. Tough to do at the Swamp.
It's tough to do. It's unbelievable. I can't believe the effort we gave. All of our players, all of our fans. I'll see everybody at Toomer's Corner.
Wait a second. Patrick Nix said this is your bowl game. You don't have one this year. Was that this big a game for you?
It was our Super Bowl. If we were going to have a chance at a national championship, we were lucky enough to get the #1 team. Everybody wanted them to be #1. There was no fluke today. We beat them fair enough.
Spurrier criticized your schedule. Now you've beaten him twice. I guess he can't criticize it anymore.
I don't know. He's probably right.
One last question. You beat the #1 team in the country in their backyard. What does that do to Auburn's rating?
It ought to make us #1 if you ask me.
More debate on that ahead. The difference in this game, Auburn's defense. The secondary said, we hope they throw every time. 5 INTs, they knocked Dean out of the game. And Auburn rushed the ball very well on Florida. No one had done that until today. A great day for Auburn in the Swamp.
Here's the situation. Florida had 87 first-place votes in the bowl poll. Those are up for grabs. Nebraska had 25 coming in. Penn State had 7. Colorado had 4. Auburn didn't have any. They were ranked number 6. Give me your top 3 or 4.
Well, first of all, like the coaches poll, I don't put teams that are on probation on it, so you can forget that. I like Penn State. I thought they won a big game tonight. If, by chance, Colorado wins, I got them up there. But let me tell you something, my friend. Alabama, they played the Cowboys. They'd find a way to beat those guys. I don't know if I'm ever going against them. Congratulations.
Hey, yeah, way to waffle on Auburn, man. Way to not make a decision on that deal. Auburn is the #1 team in the country right now because they have not been beaten in 2 seasons. They went to Florida where nobody thought this football team could win. They were 16, 17-point underdogs. Their offense is coming along now. They've got a nasty takeaway defense, and that's what separates them from a Penn State that is a very good football team and a #3 Nebraska team that does not have Tommy Frazier at quarterback.
Can't put Auburn #1 based on one game. Great effort today. They haven't been #1 all season. A lot of football to be played. Can't wait for the Iron Bowl.
Watch out. Arizona plays UCLA next week. UCLA beat them last year and cost them the Rose Bowl bid.
Hey, wait a minute, my friend. UCLA is a dog team. Let me talk about Auburn, a team that probably deserves to be #1 right now. Nobody's beaten them over the last 2 years. This season, they've come along the last 10 quarters because of the quarterback position. Offensively, they are doing a great job. Patrick Nix has completed nearly 60% of his passes, 6 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He's got a great runner in Steve Davis, and he's got a great wide receiver in Frankie Sanders, and they move the ball, and they take what the defense gives them.
Great effort by Auburn. The Tigers go to 7-0. Of course, they cannot play in a bowl game, so their chances at an AP national championship rest on winning only 4 more games, and the next 3 of those games are at home, where they've been very, very tough. Arkansas, East Carolina, Georgia, always a test with Eric Zaire, although obviously a lot of defensive problems. And then the Iron Bowl, the 19th. I don't know if a lot of voters will vote for a team on probation or a team that doesn't have to win a bowl game, but Auburn, certainly the easiest road of any of the contenders to get to 11-0.
Speaking of probation, it must be really good to be on probation, because A&M, Auburn, and Washington are combined 18-1. Not bad.
87 first-place votes up for grabs in the bowl poll. Now that Florida's lost, should be a very interesting poll when it comes out.
Florida was preseason ranked #1 in the country based on last year's performance. Well, we beat them last year. So they go all these games, and they're still clearly #1 in the country. Everybody says that. So we come down here, 16-point underdog, and beat them again. You tell me, should we be #1? I say yes.
We had a bad day, but it looked like we'd fought back and won it, and then the bad day continued.
We're the best. They can't play with us. Give us our respect.
We respect you.
There's one thing, they call it luck. When we do it like this, we believe like this. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe.
Come on, Joe, listen, let's get that cheer going, man.
1, 2, 3, 4.
man, there are so many heroes. So many heroes. When you out there and every single one of you believes you got to do the thing that wins the game, and every say, if the world didn't believe it, you're number one today. I don't care what they say. We blew a million opportunities to score even more.
Yeah, we did.
But I'm going to tell you, you never quit believing. You never thought the game was over. We're fighting for timeouts because we knew you were going to do it, defense. Great job, offense. Great job, man. It was the greatest team win I've ever been a part of. The best ever, I tell you. This one will go down, buddy.
Throw it to the tight end. Yeah, that was a big game plan going in for the week. All I want to do when I catch, I want to make something happen. And the last one I caught, I made something happen. So.
They scored there at the end. I was wondering, what's going on, but I thought to myself, I was thinking, God's giving me an opportunity, and I'm thankful for that. And I tell you, our offensive line and receivers in the clutch, we believed, we knew we could do it, no matter what.
Our game plan to come in and pound. Those guys never played about us gonna pound them. Auburn football is hard-hitting football.
You did good.
Number one, baby. Number one.
When you come to Auburn, the first thing the coach tries to instill in you that you're going to play football, you got to play for 60 minutes. We played for 60 minutes today.
You were intent on getting out of bounds to stop the clock, huh?
Oh, yes. I just wanted my offense, our offense to get another chance. I mean, I had confidence in my offense, so I didn't try to make nothing happen, out of something good.
I think you made the right decision.
Oh, yeah, me too.
First half, we played good ball. They was passing, we was picking them off. Came out second half, started running the draw, and we kind of got out of our assignments and stuff, and that's when the offense took control. They got the ball, went down the field, scored every time, basically every time they got the ball.
Nobody believed but the guys on this team, and we always believe we're going to do something to win, and, it's just proud to be associated with people like this.
96 was in the backfield like
Wasn't it, though?
They got to block both of us. They can't double team one and leave the other one unblocked. Either way it go, one of us going to kill them.
Well, we made some good plays out there on defense, especially in the secondary, and our line got great pressure, and that's just what we said we had to do, and they came out and did it.
This is the greatest ever. I don't care whatever goes down. This is the greatest ever. I'll always remember this day.
Isn't it?
I want to get
Frank Sanders is stumped for something to say. Can you believe that?
He's the man.
This team is truly blessed.